What's up, guys? Welcome back to Simply FPL. It's Friday. That means it's time for the Game Week 23 team reveal. So look, the videos have been coming thick and fast the last few weeks. Thankfully, the game weeks are going to be back to some sort of normality from next week. So we'll be able to pace these videos out a little better. But for the time being, let's take a look at my team going into Game Week 23 tomorrow. There's a defense. So we're going to play 3-5-2 this week. First thing to note, my squad values absolutely shot up the last week. So combined total of 106.1 million. Pretty much almost all of my players got some sort of increase over the last week. So sometimes that just kind of happens in FPL. So it's not that big a deal if a load of players just get a 0.1 million rise. But again, if we're going to be transferring out a lot of players over the next 5, 6, 7, 8 game weeks, just helps us kind of maximize the value a bit more. So it's worth keeping an eye on. If we can try and get to around the 109, 110 million by the end of the season, that's generally a successful season. So we're well on the way there. In terms of our defense then, Martinez is back in goal after me dropping him for Ramsdale there in the week. Obviously, he didn't keep a clean sheet, but he still managed to make 6 saves, finished on 4 points, which, again, when you when you let in 2 goals, it's actually, in fact, 3 goals, is actually quite good to finish on 4 points. Home to Arsenal. Arsenal are going to be missing at least Leno and David Luiz. So, yeah, anything could happen. Arsenal aren't necessarily that great. And, yeah, hopefully Villa have picked themselves up after the loss in midweek. And, yeah, as ever with Martinez, we're hopeful we'll get some sort of return from him. So Dyer's back in the team. I brought him in game week 18. He's been on my bench ever since. I'd say realistically, he's just waiting for me to transfer him out. He's not going to be there long term or even medium term. I just don't rate Tottenham right now. Not enough to own more than Son or Kane. So look, but the only thing is West Brom at home. Like, you can't not play a Tottenham defender then. So he's got to be in my team. There's a good chance I'll get a clean sheet. And look, Dyer takes quite a lot of their free kicks, so there's always that tiny chance of an attack in return. We'd be hopeful that... Look, I don't see Tottenham hammering West Brom, but I could easily see like a 2-0. That's the sort of result where, when you've got Dyer, we'd be happy enough with that. Cancelo then. So you'll notice I've got Diaz on the bench in 3rd position. Now, I think both Liverpool and City will score goals this weekend. So Diaz obviously doesn't get too many attacking returns, so he's going to be on my bench. Now, Cancelo, he's a glorified midfielder. So I'm playing him hoping he gets some sort of attacking return rather than the clean sheet. And he's well able for that, as we know. So, yeah, it's a bit of hit or miss this week. There's no way we can drop. Like, most teams are going to have 3 City players and at least 1 Liverpool player. You can't just drop them all. They're your big hitting players. So, yeah, we're going to play Cancelo and just have our fingers crossed. And Soufal back in the squad after a few weeks on the bench. Fulham away. Again, anything could happen. Fulham are a bit hit or miss as well, similar to Arsenal. They may have a really great game. They may have a terrible game. But West Ham are playing so well recently that I'm actually not too worried about owning Soufal from the attacking or the defensive point of view. Again, there's a chance that all of our back 4 will get a return, and there's just as big a chance that all 4 will get a blank. So anything could happen this week. Looking at our midfield then, the 5 big hitters are back. Gundogan, so I dropped him there in the week and within about 10 minutes of the game was regretting it based on his position on the pitch. It's fair to say while De Bruyne's out, he is essentially playing the De Bruyne role. His movement, where he stands kind of on the pitch, his involvement is all about the same as what you'd expect from De Bruyne. His numbers are just as good as well. So I'm not going to drop Gundogan again. Regardless of the team, he's going to play. The fact he's only 5.8 million, it shouldn't be something that plays on your mind. If he was 12 million, like, he shouldn't be played any more than if he's priced at 5 million. And again, Liverpool aren't playing too well, so we'd be hopeful that he'll get some chances. Whether he scores them is another thing, but there's always points going to be potentially coming there. Mo Salah, I made a huge mistake bringing him last week. Went against everything I've been saying for the 4 weeks before, but look, he's in now. I'm probably going to keep until the end of the season, because after Liverpool's next 2 game weeks, it's a fairly good run for Liverpool right until game week 38. So Man City at home, Salah's kind of the guy that turns up for the big occasions. So I've got a sneaking suspicion that Salah's going to get some points this week. It's not enough to make me captain him, but I'm certainly not thinking there's going to be a blank this week. I think I think Liverpool are going to turn up, City are going to turn up, and there's going to be a big game with quite a lot of action. So Son, Captain for me, I may change my mind before Saturday. This is the only thing I'm not nailed on. Now, I am locked into the fact I'm not making a transfer this week. There's just no reason for me to. I'd rather roll the transfers. We've got double game weeks coming up. We're going to want to see what happens in game week 26 with the fixtures. So rolling the transfers makes all the sense when I've got a fairly decent playing team as it is. But the captaincy pick, I'm not 100% on. I might switch that to Fernandez. I could even switch it to Jack Grealish or Mo Salah. The reason I'm not sure about Spurs is I could see them beating West Brom 1-0, 2-0. Like I could see it being a low-scoring game. And do I really want Son as captain? I'm not sure. So that's not nailed in, but I'm confident that there's a chance he'll get points. That's really all you can say for Spurs at the moment. They're in a bit of a bad run. Fernandez scored 2 against Everton last time. I think if I wasn't an Everton fan, I'd probably captain him. But I think maybe I'm a bit biased. I'm hoping that Everton, they don't concede a goal. To be honest, it's not smart. I should probably put the captain armband on Fernandez. I possibly could do that. I think he probably will get a return, but you know yourself, when you've got the conflict of interests, you're watching the game, you want Everton to win. It's going to be tough for me to cheer on Fernandez in that game. So maybe not the best FPL move, but I think for my enjoyment of the weekend, it might be a bit better. But yeah, look, we'll probably change the captaincy a few times before Saturday morning. And Jack Grealish, we're very happy having Grealish in this week. I don't particularly want to keep Watkins in because, as you'll see, who am I going to replace for him? But in terms of Jack Grealish, I think he's going to dominate against Arsenal. I just don't see, they could double up on him, but I'm just not sure that's going to work. I think Aston Villa could be a bit too quick for Arsenal. Arsenal are just playing a bit slower this season. And again, Grealish, he's got a return the last couple of weeks. I think he's going to get another return this week as well. Strikers, so... Look, I did have Watkins in there initially, but there's no way I have to play Wilson against Southampton. Southampton just got absolutely battered. You have to play. If you're not going to play Wilson against this Southampton team this weekend, you may as well never play him. He's in my team. He's got a return the last couple of game weeks. We'll continue that. There's not too many good things to say about Newcastle this season. But yeah, Southampton could get a return there, so he's got to play. And Antonio against Fulham, Antonio's got returns every week since he's been back pretty much. When he's not scoring, he's getting assists. I think Antonio, he's another captaincy option. I've got a lot of maybe captaincy options this week. Quite confident about my team this week, actually. So game week 23 team on paper to me looks brilliant. Compared to the last week and the week before, I wasn't too sure about my team. So look, we just broke outside the top 200,000. I'd be hopeful we can kind of squeeze our way back in after this week. So that's the team. The bench is quite strong. Watkins, Digne and Diaz. I probably want to start removing value from that bench, and I probably will target the double game weeks to do that. But at the same time, I'm not too worried because there's not too many big hitters. I've got probably the most expensive midfield you can have right now in terms of injuries. So there's not a huge amount of places to spend my money. But medium term, I'll probably want to take some money off that bench. It's quite a luxury bench. So that's the medium term plan. And that's it. These team reveal videos are usually quite quick. I kind of like doing the quick fire ones, get straight to the point, show you who I'm playing and what my thoughts are. So that's what we've done. We might have a live stream tomorrow morning. I've not decided. It'll be last minute if we go ahead with that. So keep an eye out. If not, we'll have some sort of update, I'm sure, on Sunday. And as ever, pop your questions in the YouTube comments. I'll try and get back to them. Join the Discord. The link is in the description. And yeah, best of luck with the upcoming game week.